Assault charges are dropped against a man who is accused of a horror road rage attack against a lesbian couple after prosecutors reveal the pair previously faked injuries in at least 3 other vehicular incidents. Charges have been dropped against a man who was accused of assaulting a lesbian couple during a road rage attack after authorities reveal the pair previously faked injuries in at least 3 other incidents. Barbeau, 49, was arrested on June 1 after Megan Stackhouse and her fiancé Lucinda Mann, 27, claimed he physically attacked them after knocking out the back window of their vehicle. Stackhouse, 34, and Mann told authorities at the time that Barbeau broke Stackhouse's arm and knocked Mann unconscious. But those claims have since been refuted by Oregon prosecutors who found holes in the victims' stories. Prosecutors also revealed this week that the couple had a history of apparently faking their injuries in other incidents since 2016, according to a press release from the Deschutes County District Attorney John Hummel. He said in the press release that most of the allegations could not be proved. "I have no confidence in the credibility of Mann and Stackhouse," Hummel said in a statement. Mann's claimed injuries in the Barbeau case were debunked by the medical records. While Stackhouse did suffer a broken bone in her wrist, there are competing claims as to how her injury occurred, and based on her lack of credibility, I cannot stand behind her version of events, Hummel said. Hummel said the only thing that's clear in their stories is that Stackhouse pulled her car in front of Barbeau's in a dangerous manner as they were leaving the carnival. Barbeau then followed Stackhouse for more than a mile, eventually exiting his car and punching Stackhouse's rear window, shattering it, Hummel's statement read. Stackhouse claimed that Barbeau grabbed her wrist, twisted it and broke a bone. Barbeau has denied that claim, and Barbeau's wife, who was sitting in the passenger seat, said Stackhouse slammed her own arm on Barbeau's truck. At no time did Barbeau physically assault the 2 women. But that story isn't what the couple told police at the time of the incident. At the time, Mann and Stackhouse told authorities that they were leaving a carnival in Bend, Oregon, and trying to navigate through heavy traffic in the parking lot before they reached the road. Stackhouse overtook Barbeau, who was in a black Toyota truck. They claimed that's what sent him into a rage. According to Stackhouse, once she passed Barbeau, he began flashing his lights and flipping her off. Stackhouse claims once she was on the road, he was right behind her, and after 2 attempts to stop his car and walk over to hers, he succeeded, smashing in the windscreen and assaulting both women. Thinking she was going to be rear-ended by Barbeau, Stackhouse had pulled over to let him pass. She alleged the man jumped out of his truck, smashed in her back window and taillight with his fist, and attacked her. Stackhouse claims Barbeau reached into the driver's side window, twisted her arm until it broke and punched her in the face, smashing her glasses. When her fiancé Mann got out of the car to intervene, he allegedly threw her to the ground, knocking her unconscious. As he was brutally assaulting the couple, his wife Laura was sitting in the passenger seat of Barbeau's truck. She screamed for him to come back to the car and leave the scene, but Stackhouse stood in his way until police came, worried he would run her unconscious fiancé over with his truck. When officers arrived, Barbeau said the couple had cut him off, and the woman sitting in his truck claimed the pair's injuries were faked. Both women were taken to hospital, and Barbeau was arrested on charges of reckless driving, first-degree criminal mischief, fourth-degree assault and 3 counts of second-degree assault. Stackhouse and Mann were released from hospital, but Stackhouse had plates, pins, and screws put into her fractured right radius on Monday. Barbeau spent 11 days in jail before the charges were dropped against him. Hummel said Barbeau's time behind bars was national ridicule he endured for the road rage attack was a just punishment. The district attorney also revealed that the couple had a history faking injuries in other vehicular incidents. After conducting background checks on Mann and Stackhouse, officials found that Mann was accused of intentionally throwing herself onto the hood of a car in the road and then flopping to the ground on June 7, just 6 days after the incident with Barbeau. According to the Post, Stackhouse is also facing assault charges after striking another car and then punching the driver on May 13. In 2017, Mann was reportedly struck by a van while she was walking in a parking lot. And in 2016, Mann and Stackhouse were passengers in crash on Halloween. During that incident, officers found Mann acting unconscious and having difficulty breathing. Officers later determined that Mann's actions weren't consistent with injuries she would have sustained in a car crash. Barbeau told KTVZ that he holds no anger towards them despite being locked up for 11 days. "I'm upset they did what they did. I'm upset that the whole thing happened the way that it did. I hope that we can clear everything up, as far as my reputation and everything else going forward," he said. Stackhouse, who is the former director of the Human Dignity Coalition, which advocates for LGBTQ causes in Central Oregon, has been known to have emotional outbursts in public, according to the Bulletin. Jamie Bowman, the president of the coalition's board of directors, claimed that Stackhouse was asked to leave the organization 2 years ago due to her reputation for blowing things out of proportion. "Her behavior was not reflective of how we'd like to viewed by the public," Bowman told the Bulletin. Hummel said an investigation into wrongdoing by Stackhouse and Mann is ongoing.